Okay, guys, it's Mark Zicree, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zicree of Space Command. And if you wonder why I do that, just check out the 1950s American TV show Space Patrol, and you'll know exactly why I do that. Not the one with marionettes, the one with the live actors, Space Patrol. You can find it on YouTube. Okay, so now we have only hours left in our Kickstarter campaign. We're at 70,000 and change. We got to get up to 80,000. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go over all of the perks with you in a highly entertaining way. I will be as entertaining as I possibly can. If you haven't checked some of the other videos we've been releasing today, we have a testimonial from Doug Jones. We have Elaine and me talking about why we're doing Space Command. Lots of great stuff. So, but this is the one for those of you who have been thinking about the perks, but not quite sure, or a little bit dubious about what's what and why's why and all that stuff. And so now I'm going to go over all of it from the top down, because I figure that if you have a short attention span, I'll start with the $10,000 perks, because the ones that are like $1, you know, that's for people who have the wherewithal to hang in there and learn about all this. But stick around as much as you can, because this is going to be really great. So this is our Kickstarter campaign. It's at spacecommandkickstarter.com. We have only hours left. Please go there. Please do what you can. It's very important. It gets us where we need to go. So thanks. So here we go. The $10,000. $10,000 gets you the Ultimate Actor Package. And that includes a speaking role in Space Command, a personal set tour, an actor's chair with your name on it, all sorts of other really, really cool stuff, a script autographed by the cast and crew, on and on and on and on. So that's $10,000 to really have an acting role in Space Command, that where you talk and you get fans and you can sign photos of yourself, and it's just an amazing, amazing perk. My gosh, including just a ton of stuff. You can go and see what it includes, but it's amazing, amazing, amazing perk. Then another perk. Let's say you don't want to be an actor. Let's say you want to be a producer. Now, producers are great because they do the least of anyone. They don't have to act, they don't have to direct, they don't have to write. They produce. Now, to be fair, there are producers who actually, you know, really produce the film or the TV show, but many producers just do something. And part of something that they do, particularly in features, is they help raise money. So if you raise $10,000 and send it our way, you get to be an executive producer in Space Command. Now, that is the top credit in television. That is television royalty, an executive producer credit. What you get is a chair with your name and title on it. You get a cool Space Command jacket with your name and title on it. You get to come onto the set. You get to go to the premiere. You get to do all the cool stuff around Space Command. Your name gets listed on the Internet Movie Database, imdb.com, where everyone goes to check out everything. Your name gets to be on the show itself. It is a spectacular thing. $10,000. I mean, there are many people who waste enormous amounts of money investing in TV shows and movies that never get made. Well, this, you know, we've shot a bunch of it already, and so your name will get on this, and you can brag to your friends. You can do a lot of stuff with it, but it's a really great perk. So then there's lesser producer credits, co-producer for $8,000. Let's see. A walk-on role for $5,000. So these are acting and producing things. $5,000 for a co-producer credit. $3,000 to be an alien in Space Command. That's one of the coolest ones. So you get to wear this cool, personalized alien head sculpted by Eric Rodriguez, our wonderful creature maker and set designer, and you get to wear it. The two aliens are named Gidney and Cloyd. Gidney is already taken, or Cloyd is. One of them is already taken. The red one is already taken. The other one is not. You get to wear it on the Space Command shoot day. You get to take it home with you with a certificate of authenticity. You get photos with the people on the set that day, the actors and crew and me and Elaine, and spectacular. $3,000. I mean, geez, you could spend that on lattes, or you could do it and be an alien and be credited. By the way, you get credited on IMDb, credited in the show. It's just really cool. So beyond that, working backwards, $2,000 gets you an Ultimate Mark Zicree fan club bundle. So this is all this cool stuff, including scripts I've written, the Twilight Zone Companion, Greenlighting Yourself, pre-release copy of that. These are all signed by me. The digital downloads of Space Command, just on and on. The comic books, just tons of stuff relating to stuff I've written and made and all that stuff. That's $2,000. Now, so going back, $1,500, you get the Ultimate Space Command Fan Super Pack. And that includes the Blu-rays, it includes autographed Blu-rays, it includes, God, what else? I mean, it's 6 hours of Space Command, 6 hours of Space Command, and autographed by me. It includes the scripts, it includes autographed 8x10 Space Command mini poster, it includes 2 autographed cast member photos, it includes the digital comic books, it includes the short story that I wrote about my character, Grizzled Space Jockey, it includes the Making of Space Command book, it includes the audio play, just on and on and on. You know, it's just a bunch of stuff. And again, this is stuff that you can't get anywhere else. It's not available on Amazon, it's not available at Walmart, it's not available, you know, at conventions. It is only here that you can get these things. That's $1,500. So $1,000, you get a virtual speaking role. That means you don't have to get out of your chair. You could basically be sitting here and you could say, yes, there are asteroids in the quadrant, and we would drop that into Space Command. I mean, obviously we'd give you the line to say, so it would make actually sense. But you could shoot against green screen. Everybody has green screens now, and we would drop you into a Space Command setting, and you would be on camera. You'd get a character name. You'd get a credit, and for one thing, if you have a favorite science fiction writer from the golden age of science fiction whose name we haven't used, let's say it's Algis Budrys or Frank Herbert. We haven't used those names yet, so you could be Captain Budrys, you could be Lieutenant Herbert, whatever. It'll be great. So, just real great bragging rights. And so that's $1,000. Additionally, you can get contributing producer credit for $1,000 of producer credit for only $1,000. My God, Jesus, amazing! And it includes all sorts of extras and cool stuff, T-shirts, and you name it. A T-shirt that says Space Command Crew. Also for $1,000, you can get the Ultimate Star Trek Fan Bundle, which includes all this stuff that I collected when Star Trek was on the air. Original articles, original photographs, tons of stuff. Again, not available anywhere else. And it includes scripts, it includes all sorts of stuff from Star Trek, from the Next Generation, from everything, and just phenomenal. And plus you get scripts that I wrote, you get any number of things, just really, plus all the Space Command content. Let's see, for $843, you get an associate producer credit. For $747, you get a gigantic airplane. No, you get the Ultimate Twilight Zone fan bundle. All of you know that I wrote the Twilight Zone Companion, that book back there. I'm the world's expert on the Twilight Zone, so you get a ton of stuff from the Twilight Zone. Again, photos, just amazing things. Autographed copy of the book by me. On and on, plus all the Space Command stuff. So you get a phenomenal amount of stuff from my Twilight Zone files that's not available anywhere. For $650, you can get a virtual walk-on role where you're in Space Command, and you're on, you can be on set, or you can be long distance. Anyway, the long distance one is $650 for a walk-on. $597 is a production executive. $497 is an official crew jacket personalized with your name and the Space Command logo. Very cool. For $467, you get an Animation Fans Dream Perk, which is, many of you know I started in animation, wrote for Smurfs, He-Man, Super Friends, Real Ghostbusters, The Littles, on and on, Black Star, Puppy's Further Adventures, The Incredible Hulk. And so this is one with tons of stuff from my career, all a digital download of all these scripts and storyboards and character designs, amazing stuff. And again, only available for me because it's only stuff that I have. And because when I was writing for animation in the late 70s through the 80s, I kept stuff. I kept my scripts. I would get storyboards for most of the shows I wrote for, all sorts of stuff. And so it's just really fun. For $457, you can get a director's chair with your name on it, and it's the Space Command logo, and a whole ton of stuff, including a visit to the set to sit down with me and Elaine, ask us whatever questions you want to ask, a copy of the shooting script that we've autographed, just cool stuff. And again, here's my whole thing about this, because you may say, well, gee, $10,000, that's a lot of money. Yes, it is. But what I've noticed in my life, like there's certain things I've come across that I thought, I should get this. It's such a cool thing. And and I've regretted it when I haven't, because let's say, whatever amount it was, you're going to spend that money on rent, on paying the gas bill, on getting a car repair, and obviously you need to do those things, but that's $1,000, $1,500, whatever, $2,500 that just vanishes in the wind, and that's fine. You need to survive, obviously, and thrive, but when you find those things that really are very meaningful to you, like a lot of things in my collection, if I can afford it, I realize that this is something I can have forever, and that I can, that means a lot to me. So if it's a spacesuit, or, for instance, I'll show you something cool. This little piece of nothing is a fake brick facade from the MGM back lot. And when I went to the MGM auction when I was a teenager, when I was like 13 years old, I snuck behind the back lot. They were about to bulldoze it, and I pulled this up. This stuff was falling off a facade. This may have been in Gone with the Wind. This could have been in any great MGM movie that was set with brick buildings, and of course Twilight Zone. Almost certainly this was used in the Twilight Zone episode, because they shot at MGM. So again, to other people, they might look at that and they'd say, well, what's that piece of crap? To me, it's magic. Okay, and so all of these things, if something resonates for you, just jump, just get it. It'll help us, and it will allow you to be connected to what we're doing in a very physical way, much more so than the average TV show. If you buy something from Star Wars or something from, Star Trek or any of these things, you're not connected directly to the people who are making it. Really, you're not. And it's kind of product put out by the studio. And with us, everything here, I've agreed with my team to make this thing. I'm often signing it. I'm okaying the design. Our team is personally sending it to you. If there's a problem, you hear back from the people, that you deal with on Mr. Sci-Fi all the time. And so it's personal. It's personal. It's our little home business. So anyway, $400 for a production associate, $367 for a director's chair, $300 for an autograph collector's pack, which includes cast member photos signed by them, autographed poster, autographed scripts, signed comic books, signed lobby cards, on and on and on and on, and that's $300. But you get a ton of stuff, and so it's really, really neat. And and for myself, it's funny. Some people don't care if something is signed, but for me, it's extremely, extremely meaningful, because, I so admire the writers. And when I look at something and I say, that was the writer of that book, held that copy of that book and wrote my name on that individual copy, it's another very, very physical and unique connection to that person or that actor. For instance, the signed photos I have up there of actors from Blade Runner and Aliens, and Anne Francis from Forbidden Planet, and so forth. It's just like super meaningful to me. So autographs are cool. There's also autographed Blu-rays for $249, a viewable content pack, which is all sorts of downloads and content, and you name it. And there's the 3D printer file where you can print the Paladin, our ship. You can make a physical copy of it. If you have a 3D printer, this is the file. You can make a physical version of our ship and have your own adventures. And when we have, the action figures of Captain Jack Cameron and Mr. Sci-Fi that we're working on now, you can have your downloadable Paladin, and you can have your Captain Jack and Mr. Sci-Fi, and you can have your own adventures with everything you need, and except for therapy. But and then now we have the world premiere passes. We're gonna have a world premiere at the Chinese Theater in Hollywood in December. It's going to be an amazing red carpet event with our actors, with Elaine and myself, with our crew. Phenomenal. I mean, just the heart of Hollywood. And you can take photos, and you can be there and just really have a great time. And so there's going to be a pre-show VIP reception. There's meeting us. It's just, I cannot. And we will be screening the entire 2-hour redemption episode, and then having question and answers with our cast and me. So it's going to be really, and that's only $200. I mean, gee whiz, you'd spend more on a concert ticket for some rock and roll star who who you loved when you were like 13, and they're all jolly and gone to hell, and they haven't written anything worth listening to since 1968 or 78 or 88, and you're plunking down your hard-earned cash, and then you go there and you go, God, they've gotten old, and it's so depressing. Whereas with this, you go and it's exciting and it's upbeat and it's fun. See, I'm trying to be entertaining. Which is, you pays your money, you take your chances. But this is, so $200 to go to the VIP premiere of Space Command, a once in a lifetime experience, and it will be just splendid, splendid, splendid. So continuing down, we get the $200. We get the Mark Zicree Fan Club pack, which includes the Space Command novel, Twilight Zone Companion, big book of scripts. There's all sorts of cool stuff personalized to you. $199, you get 5 different Space Command T-shirts in your size, including the special Mira Furlan issue that we're going to be doing shortly, and it's really cool. The cover of the Mira Furlan Space Command comic book, and beyond that, for $198, you get the Forgiveness Blu-ray autographed copy and a whole bunch of other stuff. For $198, you get the Redemption Blu-ray autographed copy and all sorts of other stuff, tons and tons and tons of things. $187 gets you the Green Lighting Yourself autographed copy. This is really cool. If you've wanted a career in Hollywood, listen, I've been a professional writer since I was 19. I've been writing for TV since I was 22 or 23, and that's a while ago. And I've looked at a lot of the How to Make It in Hollywood books, and most of them are totally useless because either they were written by someone who has not succeeded in Hollywood, they don't know what they're talking about, or what they're recommending is something that worked for them back in the golden days of Hollywood or whatever that wouldn't work at all now. And so, so this is a book about how you can do things right now to empower yourself, to be the catalyst, to make your dreams of being a writer, director, producer, actor, whatever, novelist. This is really how to do it. It's inside the box, outside the box, tons and tons of how-to actions that you can take. And this is the pre-release copy of the book signed to you by me, plus a exclusive limited edition t-shirt that on the front says Green Lighting Yourself and on the back says Mark Zicree's Got Your Back. So that's $187. Man, let's put it this way, rather than spending 50 grand and going to film school, which is for many people utterly useless, you can buy this book, get a t-shirt, and really do stuff that'll get you into this business. So it's money well spent. I'll just say that. $187. I mean, my God, you could spend that taking your great aunt Harriet to a nice dinner. So don't do that. Don't feed her. Don't encourage her. For $158, you get the Forgiveness Blu-ray. For $158, you can get the Redemption Blu-ray. For $147, you can get video chat with Brian McClure, our star. For $147, you can get video chat with Ethan McDowell, our star. These are just, again, and a lot of this is, again, Space Command is what it is because no one is interfering with it. And that's, so you're not just getting swag. You're also supporting us in making this show and making something meaningful and getting it out to the world and getting out to the people who need to hear messages of hope. So for $125, you can get a copy of my Star Trek dossier, which is another thing filled with Star Trek goodies from 1967, 68, like the Leonard Nimoy Fan Club printings, and they're mimeographed. I mean, it's scanned, but it's incredibly cool. Again, you can't get anywhere else. $121 gets you the Redemption double DVD personal autographed copy. $107 gets you Redemption double DVD set autographed. $100 gets you the complete content pack, which is all this downloadable content, really cool, including the soundtrack, including the prequel, including the Ripple Effect, including Redemption, just really, really, really neat stuff. $99 gets you the Redemption double DVD set, which includes other cool stuff, including pins and you name it. Now, for $100, and this, it's only $97. This is probably the coolest thing of all of this. because it's low cost and it's super cool. No one else is offering it, and it's you can have basically, you take a photo of the front part of your face, this part, I should say front part of your head, which we call the face, and the profile, right? Not my profile, but yours, which no doubt is much better looking, and send it to Joe Lawson, our visual effects master. He then generates a CG avatar. It's essentially a three-dimensional, completely 360-degree, every angle version of you in the computer. Then he can put it in any kind of clothes. He can put it in a Space Command uniform. He can put it in a spacesuit. He can do whatever he wants. And then he can put you in any of our Space Command settings, and we can send you that image that you can put on your wall. And also, you'll get that avatar. So if you want to do any kind of films or video games with you in it, you can use that. Beyond this, we'll have crowd scenes in our Space Command episodes, and you will see yourself in these crowd scenes. And that means you don't have to even record anything. You don't have to, you don't have to leave your house. You don't have to do anything. You could be in Siberia. You could be in Tierra del Fuego. You could be anywhere in the most obscure and distant parts of the world and still do this very easily. $97. I mean, my God, what can you get for $97 that's that cool? Only that. So so that I would urge you to do that. $89 gets you a Forgiveness DVD autographed. $89 gets you Redemption DVD autographed. These are the 2-hour episodes of Space Command. $76 gets you the Reader's Pack, which includes the digital scan of the Twilight Zone Companion, digital scan of my first book, which is, there are only 2 physical copies in existence. This is Interviews on Media and Society, my interviews and introductory material on George Clayton Johnson, the great Star Trek and Twilight Zone writer, Ron Cobb, the great designer of Total Recall and Alien and many other great films, Last Starfighter, and Theodore Sturgeon, the phenomenal writer of Star Trek and many other wonderful novels and short stories. So I wrote that book when I was, 19, I think, and it was for a class at UCLA. I never bothered to try to get it published. It was sort of like, but it's phenomenal and wonderful. We just lost Ron Cobb this past year and George Clayton Johnson a couple of years ago, and these are unique and brilliant men, and this is the only place where you can read a copy of that book. And this also includes the Space Command novel as an ebook and the Grizzled Space Jockey short story as a PDF. Really cool stuff. You also get to be in the donors only VIP group, which is, bragging rights. And for $74 you can get a Forgiveness DVD autographed. For $74 you can get a Redemption DVD autographed. For $57 you can get the Forgiveness DVD. For $57 you can get the Redemption DVD. For $55 you can get the Space Command patches and pins and downloads. And let's see, we're getting down to the short grass here. $50 you get my first book and other cool stuff, Space Command soundtrack. Let's see, $50 you can get the Star Trek Super Fan Bundle, which includes my Star Trek scrapbooks that I kept when I was a kid, and your name on the end credits of Space Command, and tons of other cool stuff. $47 gets you a Space Command Studios Key Art t-shirt, so you get a limited edition Space Command shirt. We've done these Space Command shirts just for this campaign. If you've had Space Command shirts before, well, and look at this one. This is a cool one, isn't it? But these are all new, and they're wonderful, and I can't wait to get them myself. For $47 you get a Forgiveness conceptual art t-shirt. That's a t-shirt with the poster of Space Command Forgiveness, our 3rd and 4th hours. For $47 you can get the Mira Furlan special edition comic t-shirt with a phenomenal illustration by Tahani Farr. For $47 you can get the Forgiveness poster t-shirt. For $37 you can get the Space Command Kickstarter backer t-shirt, which says Space Command Kickstarter backer, obviously. And $37 you can get a lobby card from Space Command. $35 you can get the Twilight Zone Super Fan Bundle. $30 you can get Space Command Digital Starter Pack. $30 you can get the Insignia Patch. $15 you can get Space Command Episode 1 as a digital download. And then if you just want to spend money, like $1 or $5, you can just do that, and more power to you. But but that's not what I would urge you to do. So, but that's sort of like a bunch of stuff. And if there's something that wasn't listed here, we actually do have a special Mira Furlan pack for $200 where you get everything that Mira Furlan did for Space Command: the audio play, the animatic, the graphic novel, the Space Command Redemption parts 1 and 2, Ripple Effect parts 1 and 2, and all of the appearances that we recorded of her at Comic-Con, on Space Command panels, and at the Space Command convention that we did very shortly before we lost her. So so that's it. Those are incredible things. And because right now, we need to make the goal. Kickstarter is all or nothing, and I trust you guys. I trust you to take us over the finish line, because I've trusted you all these years with this project. I've trusted you with my creative life, and you guys have come through. I mean, I just I mentioned on one of the other videos I posted today that Space Command Studios got broken into, and some of our stuff got stolen. Fortunately, nothing that we can't, nothing that will stop us, nothing that will be majorly damaging. But one of our spacesuits and some other things. But that doesn't stop me, because I'm held in the big hand of all of you that says you won't fall. Be daring. And you won't fall. And I really value that. It really means everything to me. So I've just gone through every single perk. My God. So for those one or two of you who are still listening to this, what a journey it's been. I said it would be highly entertaining. Probably I fell short of that. But that's the way it goes. If there's anything else you want me to say or do, I can do something I did once before. Let me see. Okie doke. I will pull 3 books at random and tell you something about them. I did this the other day with 3 other books. These are just 3 books at random. So when I was a little kid, maybe 7 years old, something like that, 8, I was homesick one day, and my mom bought me a couple of books to keep me entertained, and this was one of them. And it was these weird horror comic stories, and I had no idea what the hell this was. It was only years later that I learned that these were stories from EC Comics, and these are the most wonderful comics ever done by anybody. And I then started collecting, the EC Comics themselves. They were a huge inspiration on me, particularly the science fiction comics. And they had 2 books of Ray Bradbury's that were the EC Comic stories that were done, the adaptations. And so this was a real eye-opener for me when I was a little kid sick in bed. Then another one I just grabbed for no reason at all. This is by Pat Murphy. Pat Murphy's won the Nebula. She is someone I knew back when I was just starting out, when I was 19 years old, and Ted Sturgeon was one of my mentors. And Michael Reeves, I met him. He was a teaching assistant in Ted Sturgeon's writing class at UCLA, and we became fast friends. And Michael was just establishing himself as a writer, and he lived in this courtyard apartment in Silver Lake, which at the time, now it's kind of upscale, but back then it was really, dangerous and low rent and so forth. I mean, low rent was the people. And so he was, anytime like a junkie in his apartment complex would overdose, or a prostitute would get arrested and go away for, whatever duration, he would move in another writer into that vacant apartment. So Pat Murphy was one of those. And so was Pat Murphy, Richard Cadre, many writers who went on to fame. Lisa Goldstein was another one of our circle, and Arthur Byron Cover. And so this is Pat Murphy. This is one of the books. And every time I see her, we reminisce about the old days and talk about the new days. And she's built a career for herself. And then finally, the 3rd book I pulled at random, The Demolished Man. This is by Alfred Bester. This is one of his great works. It's one of my favorite science fiction covers. I love science fiction covers from the 50s. That's what Alfred Bester looked like. And he wrote 2 books. This was The Demolished Man, and the other was Tiger, which was retitled for the American publication, The Star's My Destination. And these 2 books were very adult. They were a real turning point in science fiction, and literary science fiction, had a huge influence in the genre. And of course, for those of you who are fans of Babylon 5, the name Alfred Bester is very familiar, because it's the character name of Walter Koenig's character, who was a telepath. He was with the Psi Corps, and this is a book about telepathy. And so Joe Straczynski was also doing what I do in Space Command, which is you give a tip of the hat to where you came from and who made you what you are. So that's it for now. So please go to the Space Command Kickstarter campaign. I've said that I may, as a special bonus, sing Sonny Boy like Jerry Lewis did at the end of his telethons. I won't do it here, but I may well do it in the next day or two. So if you want to see me, but I won't sing it like Jerry Lewis. I'll sing it like Al Jolson. It'll still be awful. It'll still be just embarrassing. You'll say, how can a grown man humiliate himself like this? Well, I'm an entertainer, first of all. and Al Jolson was unique. We'll get into him at another time, but I probably will be doing Sonny Boy, my rendition of Sonny Boy, and it will be one for the ages. Absolutely. So that's it for now. So Kickstarter, spacecommandkickstarter.com. You can go down here and click on it, and it'll take you right there. Pledge what you can. If you've gotten a tax return, it's Biden bucks, paycheck, whatever. Remember that, the money goes. The money goes. And this is a way of having something meaningful, having something that's a memory, and having my most sincere thanks from the bottom of my heart. So we'll talk again real soon, guys, and thanks so much. Bye, guys.